Just to see your son's face on the bottom of a shoe is unbelievable. I mean, who thinks like that? Like, who really thinks like that? That you're gonna have the presence so long that your son will be able to pick up where you left off. I'm a grandfather now, man. I want my grandson to be able to rock my shoes, to rock Shedeur shoes. So if you think about the family and you think about the people who adore him, you're probably at 10 to 12 years old.
Was rumblings and rumors about Shedeur Sanders having his own sneaker come out. Now, I don't know if it's specifically going to be his own or player edition sneaker, because really the sneaker is Coach Prime sneakers, but it's Coach Prime sneakers with a little spin on it. Yes. Shedeur Sanders will have his own, I believe, allegedly player edition version of Coach Prime sneakers. Now, this is legendary. Coach Prime posted a picture on his Instagram the other day.
Before he ever played an NFL snap, Nike already went all in. Shedeur Sanders signs a massive deal before touching the field. Then, the moment he plays preseason, the contract explodes. Active player clause triggered. Numbers doubled. That's not hype, that's strategy. Nike didn't wait for proof, they bet on the brand. And now the shoe launch is showing exactly why they did. But wait till you hear what that deal actually turned into. Nike just shattered records with a rookie shoe drop. $15 million in days from Shedeur Sanders' birthday kicks. Hours after launch, stores packed, online stock gone. Special edition for his 24th, celebrating his Browns rookie journey. Cleveland colors on white base, looking fire. But the real jaw-dropper? That money sign sole, capturing his bold brand. What sparked this cultural frenzy? So Nike just did something they haven't done for a quarterback in decades. And bro, the internet is not ready for this. While everyone was busy clowning Shedeur for falling to the 5th round, Nike was quietly cooking up something that's about to flip the entire narrative upside down. We're talking signature sneakers, player edition colorways, the word legendary literally stamped on the back. And here's the kicker. Name me one 5th round quarterback who's ever had their own shoe drop before their second NFL season even starts. I'll wait. This ain't just about sneakers anymore, fam. This is about Nike making a statement that Vegas, the draft experts, and all the haters got it dead wrong. Let's get into it.
Shedeur has a deal with Gatorade and Nike. Now, these are like deals that premier athletes get, like your Caitlin Clarks, your LeBrons, people like that, and it's rare that you see, Shedeur being a 5th round quarterback with these type of deals. Now, I must say, Shedeur signed all of these deals, from my understanding, before he was drafted, because no one thought in a million years Shedeur was going to go to the 5th round. Maybe second if they was really hating, but they went unprecedented type hating and made him slide down to the 5th round.
Now look, before we dive deep into these absolute fire sneakers that Coach Prime just teased on Instagram, we gotta talk about the elephant in the room, because what Nike is doing with Shedeur right now, this is unprecedented territory, and I'm not just hyping this up for clicks, I'm talking facts. Let me paint the picture for you real quick. We got a 5th round quarterback, 5th round, bro, who's sitting on endorsement deals with Gatorade and Nike. Not some random local brand, not some startup trying to get clout. We're talking Gatorade and Nike, the same type of deals that Caitlin Clark got, the same caliber as LeBron James type partnerships. You seeing where I'm going with this? Now, here's where it gets spicy. All these deals, they were signed before the draft. Yeah, you heard me right, before Shedeur even knew he was going to fall to the 5th round, because nobody, and I mean nobody, thought in a million years that the most talked about quarterback prospect was going to slide that far. Maybe 2nd round if teams were really hating, but 5th round? That was some unprecedented level disrespect, bro. But here's what the haters don't understand. Nike doesn't just hand out signature shoe deals to anybody. They don't invest in player edition colorways for guys they think are going to bust. They got a whole analytics team, marketing gurus, and brand strategists who look at data we can't even imagine. And you know what they saw? They saw legendary potential. Now, let me take you back for a second. When Shedeur was at Jackson State, there were whispers, quiet whispers, about him signing a massive Nike deal. But you know what happened? All the drama drowned it out. The media was too busy covering him not getting first-team reps in Cleveland. Then it was the whole Kevin Stefanski relationship drama. Then the Dylan Gabriel comparisons started flying around. And of course, the biggest story of them all, watching this generational talent slide all the way down to pick number whatever in the 5th round, while teams that desperately needed a quarterback passed on him over and over again. But while everyone was focused on the noise, Nike was playing chess. They were building something in the shadows. And now they're ready to unveil it to the world. So check this out. A couple nights ago, Coach Prime, Deion Sanders himself, posts a photo on Instagram. And bro, at first glance, it just looks like another sneaker flex, right? The man's got a signature line with Nike, the DT96s, which have been selling like crazy. But here's what nobody caught at first. Nobody picked up on it until Sports Illustrated dropped an article that broke the whole thing wide open.
From what I'm hearing, and they're killing it with the transfer portal right now. It's politic reason why I don't cover them. I'm going to just leave it at that. I know a lot of you guys want me to, but it's just political reasons. And we just going to leave it at that. But this is the shoe. So as you guys can see here, it's several photos, bruh. It say legendary on the back upside down. Now, Deion Sanders, legendary, Shedeur Sanders at Nike, posted by Deion Sanders Jr. Shout out to Bucky.
On the back of these sneakers, clear as day, it says legendary. But it's not just printed normally. Nah, they flipped it upside down. So when you're looking at it the right way, it reads legendary. That's some cold-blooded branding right there. That's the type of detail that separates regular sneakers from iconic ones. Now, the article from Sports Illustrated, shout out to them for catching this, confirms what we've been suspecting. Shedeur Sanders has his own Nike Air DT96 low colorway drop-in. And these aren't just regular team-issued cleats. We're talking player-exclusive colorways designed specifically for him. Let me read this to you straight from the article. Cleveland Browns quarterback Shedeur Sanders worked his way up the depth chart to earn the starting position before the end of his NFL season. Similarly, Sanders is making moves in the footwear industry. You see what they did there? They drew the parallel. Just like he earned that starting spot, which we all knew he would, by the way, he's earning his spot in the sneaker game, too. And in October, Shedeur himself said he had his own Nike sneaker coming. He even joked about whether he was going to wear Jordans again. Turns out, he wasn't joking at all. All right, so let's talk about what we're actually looking at here, because Coach Prime posted multiple photos, and each one is fire than the last. First off, you got the brown leather pair with that legendary branding flipped upside down on the heel. The craftsmanship on these is insane. We're talking premium materials, the type of quality that tells you Nike is treating this like a flagship release. Then you got the patent leather joints. Bruh. When I tell you these are the nastiest sneakers I've seen in a minute, I'm not exaggerating. That patent leather shine, that's the type of flex you wear to a press conference after dropping 350 yards and 4 touchdowns. That's the I told you so shoe. That's the remember when y'all doubted me shoe. And then there's the low-top red pairs that initially looked like cleats, but nah, those are straight-up sneakers too. The Nike Air DT Max 96 Low in what they're calling the Legacy colorway. Multiple shades of purple, metallic accents, and of course, that upside-down legendary branding on the heels. Now here's what's really crazy. In the sports world, these are technically called player edition sneakers because they're part of Coach Prime's signature line. But let's be real, these are Shedeur's shoes. This is his colorway, his branding, his legacy being built. And you want to know the genius of it all? Shedeur doesn't even need his own separate signature line right now. Why would he? He's rocking his daddy's shoes, but making them his own. That's generational wealth meeting generational talent. That's a father-son legacy that the sneaker world has never seen before in football.
Nike has, listen. Nike has heavily invested in Shedeur. The brand has promoted him on social media, designed player-exclusive kicks, and leaned into his legendary mantra. During practice and pregame warm-up, Shedeur Sanders has worn Nike DT96 cleats and player-exclusive Browns colorways. He recently revealed the handwritten message on each cleat. Come on, dog. Shedeur, holla at your boy, man. Look at these black ones. We ain't never.
Think about it. Coach Prime is arguably the Michael Jordan of football players when it comes to the shoe game. Nobody else is even close. Michael Vick had some heat back in the day, but that's about it. Name another NFL player with a successful signature sneaker line. I'll wait. And now Shedeur is positioned to not just follow in those footsteps, but potentially surpass them. Because here's the difference. Shedeur is coming into the league at a time when social media, NIL deals, and personal branding are at an all-time high. He's got the blueprint from his dad, but he's got the tools of this generation to take it even further. Now let's talk about what this really means from a business perspective, because this is where it gets really interesting. The article says it perfectly. Despite the 2025 NFL Draft, Nike has heavily invested in Shedeur. The brand has promoted him on social media, designed player-exclusive kicks, and leaned into his legendary mantra during practice and pre-game warm-ups. Read that again. Heavily invested. We're not talking about a small endorsement deal where they send him some free shoes and call it a day. Nike is promoting him on their official social media channels. They're designing exclusive colorways for his pre-game warm-ups. They're building an entire narrative around his legendary brand. And you know what Shedeur's been doing? He's been wearing those Nike DT96 cleats in Browns colorways during games. And get this, he even revealed that there are handwritten messages on each cleat. That's the type of personal touch that turns sneakers into collectibles. That's the type of detail that makes fans go crazy. But here's what I keep coming back to. Nike made this investment knowing he was a fifth-round pick. They doubled down when everyone else was laughing. When ESPN analysts were questioning his arm strength, his decision-making, his ability to translate to the NFL, Nike was in the lab designing colorways and planning releases. That tells you everything you need to know about what the real insiders think. The people who have access to data, who study market trends, who know what sells and what doesn't. They're betting big on Shedeur Sanders. And yo, can we talk about the fact that they're dropping these in April? Like they already got a release date locked in. That means production is already underway. Marketing campaigns are being planned. Retail partnerships are being finalized. This isn't some far-off concept. This is happening. Now, I've been hearing some rumblings, and take this with a grain of salt because it's not confirmed yet, but word is, Shedeur might be switching back to number 2, going back to his iconic Colorado number. And if that happens, if you bought a Shedeur Sanders number 12 Browns jersey, bro, hold on to that. That becomes vintage instantly. That becomes a collector's item. Because here's what people don't understand about athlete branding. It's not just about performance on the field. It's about the story. It's about the narrative. And Shedeur's story is perfect for marketing. You got the underdog angle, fifth-round pick who everyone doubted. You got the legacy angle, son of the greatest defensive back to ever play the game. You got the redemption angle, proving everyone wrong who passed on him. You got the fashion angle, the drip, the style, the confidence, and you got the performance angle. Because let's be real, when he got his shot in Cleveland, he showed out. But here's what really blows my mind about all of this. The hate that Shedeur received during the draft process, the criticism, the doubt, the disrespect, that's all fuel now. That's all content for the marketing campaigns. That's all ammunition for the remember when they said posts that are going to flood social media when these shoes drop.
Political reasons. And we just gonna leave it at that. But this is the shoe. So as you guys can see here, it's several photos, bruh. It say legendary on the back upside down. Now, Deion Sanders, legendary Shedeur Sanders at Nike, posted by Deion Sanders Jr. Shout out to Bucky, the homeboy. So you guys can look in the back there. There's a brown pair right there. These patent leather ones so damn nasty, bro. My God, look at the patent leather ones, bro. These are cold-blooded.
Bar none. Because think about it, who else is positioned like this? What other young quarterback has this combination of talent, pedigree, marketing savvy, and cultural relevance? Nobody. Shedeur is in a lane of his own. The article mentions that NFL fans and sneakerheads are waiting with bated breath for these to release, and they should be, because this isn't just another sneaker drop. This is a cultural moment. This is the intersection of sports, fashion, and legacy all coming together in one release. Now, I know there's going to be people in the comments talking about he hasn't proven anything yet, or he's just riding his daddy's name. And to those people, I say, watch. Just watch. Because Nike doesn't make mistakes like this. They didn't become a multi-billion-dollar company by making bad bets on athletes. They have a track record. They know what they're doing. And the fact that they're going all in on Shedeur tells you everything you need to know. Plus, let's keep it 100. The kid can play. We've seen the flashes. We've seen the arm talent. We've seen the poise in the pocket. We've seen the leadership. All the tools are there. It's just a matter of time before it all comes together on the biggest stage. And when it does, when Shedeur is leading the Browns to playoff wins, throwing dimes on prime time, and cementing himself as one of the league's elite quarterbacks, these shoes are going to be everywhere. Every kid who plays quarterback is going to want a pair. Every sneakerhead is going to want a cop. Every Browns fan is going to wear them with pride. That's the vision Nike is seeing. That's the future they're investing in. And honestly, I'm here for it. Look, at the end of the day, this is about more than just sneakers. This is about a young man who's been doubted his entire career, finally getting the recognition he deserves. This is about a father and son building something legendary together, literally and figuratively. This is about Nike taking a stand and saying, we believe in this kid when others don't. And bro, I gotta tip my hat to Shedeur, because through all the noise, all the criticism, all the draft day heartbreak, he kept his head down and kept working. He earned that starting spot in Cleveland. He's earning respect around the league, and now he's about to have one of the coldest sneaker drops we've seen in a minute. So when these joints drop in April, you already know what's going to happen. They're going to sell out in minutes. The resale market is going to go crazy, and everyone who doubted Shedeur Sanders is going to be scrambling to buy a pair just to be part of the moment. That's legendary behavior right there. But yo, I want to hear from y'all in the comments. Are you copying these Shedeur Sanders Player Edition DT96s when they drop? Which colorway is the hardest? The brown leather, the patent leather, or those low-top purples? And real talk, do you think Shedeur is going to surpass his pops in the sneaker game? Let me know down below. And if you think this Nike deal proves that Shedeur was the most disrespected player in the draft, smash that like button right now. This is just the beginning for number 2, or should I say number 12, or maybe back to number 2. We'll see. But either way, it's going to be legendary. Make sure you subscribe and hit that notification bell, because we're covering every step of Shedeur's journey this season. Trust me, you don't want to miss what's coming next. Until next time, keep that same energy, shake the haters off, and stay legendary. Peace.